Hello. Okay, I'm now live. This is the first Show Me About It. Um, my guest today is going to be Michaela Slinger. I hope that she's notified that I am on. We were just texting, and hopefully she'll be here soon. So Michaela is amazing. There she is. Michaela's amazing. I'm gonna pretend you're not here. And then invite you in like you're backstage. Michaela's amazing. She just put out a record called This Can't Last Forever. It's absolute pop perfection. It's like one of those records that you can't stop singing to from back to front. Not a stinker on the track. And I think there's well, she can correct me, but oh, okay, she wants to join. I think there's 10 or 12 songs. I have a favorite. Maybe at this current time, I think Less to Lose is maybe my favorite. Michaela, are you? Oh, it says you're joined. Oh, okay, good. Hi.
Hi. Am I supposed to be pretending not to be here? I can go like this.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. How many songs are on your album?
8.
8. Thought it was 10. Yeah, I love it. I play it for people all the time. It's just one of the best, honestly, one of the best collections of songs that I've heard in so long. Not a stinker in the bunch. I don't know how you do it.
Well, you gotta cut it off at 8. 9 and 10 would have been big stinkers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the label coming in saying
Yeah.
you
There's
do
a point
stink.
where we're starting to smell something. It's not.
Okay, so as I told you about 1 second ago before we got on, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. I'm gonna ask all the guests on Show Me About It, this talk show, 2 questions. When you hear the word selfish, what does that mean to you? What does it make you think of?
I think my initial reaction is that it's a bad thing. It means prioritizing yourself above all else, kind of with no exceptions. But then I was thinking about it some more in the past minute that I've had to think about it.
Sure.
There's a kind of a cool reclamation of selfishness for lots of people who I think historically have never felt like they've been able to access selfishness. So I think that there can be selfishness that doesn't negate the needs of your community and people around you, but it's recognizing that, it's actually quite important for you to take care of your needs, to be able to show up for other people. And I don't think there's the whole conversation of boundaries is really interesting. I think sometimes in relationships there are times when you need to put your own needs on hold to support someone else. Mm-hmm. And as long as there's reciprocity there, that to me is the sign of a healthy relationship. So I think it's selfishness, but with your eyes open to the fact that other people are also on their own journey of selfishness.
I think that's such a good way to put it. Selfishness with your eyes open. I think people are so worried about not being flexible, or if you say something about yourself, or if you are one thing, or if you need to take some me time, that's putting up a brick wall. And of course, if the winds change and you need to be something else or do something else, you can. And I think that's something that is kind of distinctly female. Not to get into gender issues here. I said we're going to get into the issues. I don't know if that is the issue maybe that I want to get into here, but I do think that that's kind of a feminine trait, is that flexibility, which actually kind of brings me to my next question, which is, Michaela, today, would you describe yourself as more of a bitch, more of a whore, or more of a saint?
Oh,
where are you at?
I think today I'm feeling like a saintly whore. Can I do that?
Of course.
I think that's
great.
Because I'm feeling really I'm having a really good day. And
why are you having a really good day? Tell me.
It's a beautiful day in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
I just came back from a photo shoot, not actually for music, because I am soon to be wed.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
The wed Slinger.
My partner and I did a our like, well, engagement, we've been engaged for a year and we're getting married soon, so it's just kind of more like a pre-wedding photo shoot. And it was actually really fun. We're both kind of awkward like having our photo taken, and we're pretty not into PDA.
Right.
And it went really well. So I think we were we were like coming off the shoot, and I was kind of feeling like, okay, Vogue Italia. They were like, let's like walk up Main Street and have some fun. So it's been a nice day.
Go off, Beyonce queen. You're not awkward in photos. What are you talking about?
No, but I think what I've realized lately, whether it's music or just other photos, is that I'm starting to really actually realize that when you try to look cool, you don't. And I can tell in photos when I'm trying to look a certain way, like maybe I'm trying to look more like, I don't know, like hot or cool or like neutral. And I just feel like I have a very earnest energy. And
or neutral. Like clocking yourself for trying to look neutral is so painful.
But when I just quit caring about that and I just like let myself be earnest and have fun, like that's where I feel like myself and that I look like myself. So today, turns out being in love is fun. So we just had
fun. That's so nice. Well, okay, so part of what I want to do with this series is, well, not part, I would say entirely what I want to do with this series. Yeah. It was to talk to, because I feel like so many friends and artists that I admire, we're writing about similar stuff. And I know like you've written about ageism and like kind of balancing like being really happy in love and also like wanting to have a career and how those things can kind of pull away from each other. Could you speak on that, please? Do you have anything you could share on those topics?
Yes, and we're live. Yeah, I think that the past few years of my music career, I think initially I absorbed the sort of like, you have to just go out and do as much as you can and say yes to everything, and you have to be so independent, and like somehow that means that you can't have any like connections that you tell anybody about. Like I never even really talked about being in a relationship on stage. It's like you don't really talk about friendships on stage, and now I'm just in a place where I just think that's a really strange way to basically like cut off a limb, like an important limb of your life. So not that worried about sharing that part of myself with people anymore, because I think even the most like indie on their own solo people, you always have a network of care around you, whether it's a romantic partner, friends, or some kind of team that you've built. So I just think I'm kind of like getting out of my own way and being like, don't be stupid, like be so grateful for the people that you have in your life.
Right. How did you like round that corner? And this is human piss, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Yours or someone else's?
I get it from, it's local, it's not mine, but
locally
I
sourced.
get it from a local source.
GMO or GMO free?
I actually prefer GMO. I'll get into why. Yeah, but
on the next
for me and my family, it's GMO.
All the way. How did I round the corner on that?
Yeah.
I think like part of it was just that doing stuff the way that I've been doing for the past little while, like going on all these writing trips and stuff, is often a very lonely pursuit. And so I kind of over the past year, my refrain has been that it has to be fun.
Yeah.
Like you have to accept and really enable the fun where you can get it, because making music and being an artist is so challenging at the best of times. So there's no point in getting in your own way further and like isolating yourself or trying to, go on these big long trips when actually you want to be 2 weeks away from home and then back to, the like life that you're building. So I think part of it was just like, wow, I don't actually have to be on my own all the time eating oatmeal on a stranger's couch. There is a different way.
Yeah. I think that there's like so much. I've even had like industry people like within the last few months, and I'm in my 30s, and they like know I'm like married and sedentary. But they like said something about how like I was like, for lack of a better word, like cutting for my art, or like I was like sacrificing. I was like, I mean, to a degree, but like why do you want that? You know, like what is it that you need? Why do you need me to do that? Why do you need me to seem like I'm in pain? Like
Oh,
I don't. Yeah.
I thought too. I think there's just like a real fixation on pain right now,
Yeah.
which like in many ways I think is great for people to process and to be able to share stories that they haven't been able to. But I was actually just thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I truly don't believe that all great art needs to come from this place of total suffering.
Totally.
I'm just, I guess I'm not going to be able to make great art because I'm like, I'm not suffering. I feel really lucky. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a solid foundation, and that is what enables me to take risks and to make stuff that reflects my life.
100%. I think that there is maybe a kind of person, or like we have these archetypes left over from the monoculture, and those people at that time were thriving because of pain. Also, like, so many, why were there's just like too many children's books. I felt this as a child where I was like, I'll never be anything because I have two loving parents. If I'm not an orphan, it's never going to happen.
It's
I do
over.
not have an origin story. I was like, it's hopeless for me. Like, I'll never go on any adventures.
Yeah.
That it's so baked into our
Lawyer,
culture.
Valerie. Ugh.
What's
I
that?
guess I'm just gonna become a lawyer, and
Yeah,
my parents are gonna have me over once a week for dinner. It's gonna be awful.
it's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
If only I had been like a British orphan begging for porridge, then I really could have been someone in this world.
Totally. The industry would have laughed you right up. Orphan.
Yeah.
You listen to Orphan Pop?
Is that real?
No.
Oh, I believe you. I was like, I'm sure it's blowing up.
Maybe some.
In a half. Well, I wanted to keep these short and sweet. I think we're about rounding the corner at 15 minutes, which I believe is the amount of time you can save a live for, which is how I landed on that amount of time.
I didn't even know that.
I could be wrong. It's
No, I
it's trial and error. But is there anything you'd like to say or share or muse about?
Oh, I'm just happy to have a record out. I'm home from my first tour where I got to see Madame Zoe like 3 times in a week in LA, which was really good. It was really lovely. I don't know. I'm just excited for the next chapter. I'm approaching this next chapter with ease.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that for a change and see how. Yeah. And I also want to say that your record is fantastic. The songwriting, the melodies, the themes. I mean, we're always very aligned on what we're thinking, but it's truly beautiful. What a gift.
Thank
Very
you.
happy to be on this show podcast.
Yeah, I'm considering this a talk show personally. That's why I'm wearing HD camera level makeup.
Yeah.
No pants, but tons of eyeshadow.
Yeah. My dog was lying on my leg, but she now has moved, so I can't show you her.
Dogs are no loyalty. I've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
Least loyal animal.
Best enemy.
And on that note, we hate dogs. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Michaela Slinger, noted dog hater. Sorry, well, I shouldn't even joke about that. She loves dogs. She has an amazing dog.
I have my puppy like 1 second before this, so there you go.
There you go. Thank you so much for being my very first guest. You're the best. You're so talented, so funny, and just a delight. And congratulations on your upcoming nups.
Thank
That's
you.
short for nups.
I got it.
Good.
Yeah, I'm
all right.
Married.
Mary. Sorry, it's cutting out a little bit. I feel like that's like my producer giving me the signal, and the signal is no signal. Yeah, wrap it. Head home, like water skiing.
Yeah. Thank you for having.
Oh, my mom says, can't wait to listen to your music, Michaela, spelled incorrectly. I'm
a little bit starstruck. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, she's a big deal. Okay, You're the best. Love you. Have a wonderful Sunday.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
How do I end it?